You may have noticed that your Squarespace website, which you never had a problem with visibility before, is now getting less and less website traffic. And this has to do with the rise of AI powered search and how people are now searching for things online. So, in this video, we're going to talk about why your tried and true SEO tactics are kind of losing their edge. What is GEO, and the steps that you need to take to make sure your website is seen by AI chatbots. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca Grace from Rebecca Grace Designs, and I help you build custom websites in Squarespace. So let's jump in. So, why are traditional SEO strategies losing their edge? This has to do, again, with how people are searching online. In the past, you would use a few keywords to create your search, best laptop 2026. But now with AI chatbots, you can put in a lot more information. You can put in what is the best laptop in 2026 for a graphic designer doing X, Y, Z, and so on. And so you can give a whole bunch more information. And so when AI is selecting websites to be chosen for their answers, they're looking for websites that are answering these full queries instead of just a few keywords. Now, we have seen this shift coming up for a little bit. In 2023, I posted a blog post talking about the 2023 ranking factors. And I mentioned that creating high quality content was one of the top ranking factors in 2023. And now going into 2026, it's more important than ever. And so search engines, rather than just selecting things based on keywords and other SEO strategies we've done in the past, they're now really prioritizing value and user experience. So there's been this shift from keywords to user experience. And that has to do with things like the time that they're spending on your page. For example, if they click onto your website and jump back right away, then that is a sign to search engines and AI chatbots that your website isn't giving them the right answer or isn't a good place to be. And so we want to make sure we're providing a great user experience, keeping people on the page, providing value and depth in our content. Additionally, AI chatbots have gotten really good at detecting what we used to call black hat SEO, or sort of those paid for quick fix SEO strategies that we've been deterring people from using in the past, but now it's even more detected by AI and is going to actually penalize your website. Things like keyword stuffing, paying for backlinks, private blog networks, article spinning, all those sort of quick fix strategies are going to penalize your site. And so we need to focus instead on providing real value, building genuine authority, and prioritizing the trustworthiness of our reputation online. So let's start talking about what GEO is and how you can make sure that you're selected by chatbots. So GEO stands for Generative Engine Optimization. And again, it's a major shift in how website visibility works. AI doesn't just rank pages, it summarizes information from multiple sources. And so to be selected, you must follow these three main pillars. The first is authority and credibility. Now more than ever, it's very easy for people to post a very nice sounding article where it sounds like they know what they're talking about, and misinformation can spread really quickly. And so, authority, credibility, trustworthiness has become a top pillar for AI chatbots. So, you need to make sure that you are posting information that is backed by data, studies, sourcing. They're looking for credentials, expertise, real client results, all of that sort of thing. So, one of the top pillars is authority, credibility, trustworthiness, making sure that AI is confident that your information is accurate. The next is contextual relevance. So, AI analyzes full queries now, again, not just keywords. And so it's looking for sites that provide depth in their content. Think complete guides versus just solving one quick answer. And so you want to cover topics thoroughly, provide multi-level answers that addresses the searcher's true user intent. And lastly, the structured information architecture, making sure that your site is easy for AI to scan and extract your information. So this goes to using, your headings, organizing the content logically, including direct factual statements, making your website easy for AI to use. So again, we're shifting our mindset from ranking to being featured in AI search results. And so let's look at how AI how it chooses which websites to pull from. So according to First Page Sage, they did a whole study on the top AI powered searches and looked at what they're using to choose certain websites. So, for example, ChatGPT pulls the top single result from Bing and then checks and validates its credibility before using that for information. Where Google Gemini pulls from the first page of Google and then analyze it against different Google platforms, such as Google Business and that sort of thing, for credibility, and then synthesizes information from some of those top ranking sites. And so the top factors include authoritative list mentions, which means that you're being mentioned and talked about on other reputable sites. Now, this is different from backlinks because backlinks needed to have an actual direct link. This can just be your brand name. It doesn't have to have an actual link to your site. Google Website Authority. So Google uses its own stuff to determine your authority. So that's some of the same things that it did before. Online reviews from credible platforms, so Google reviews, if you have reviews on your site, that sort of thing. And then awards, accreditations, and affiliations. I mean, this can be on your own site. They want to see that you have some sort of credentials. Maybe you've won awards in your business. You're affiliated with different reputable companies. And so that's the final sort of top factor that's being influenced. So let's talk about how you get your website to be selected by AI chatbots. And I have a couple of steps for you here. The first is your regular SEO strategies. And I think, well, you just told me those aren't, what's important anymore, that it's shifting. Yes, but they're still important because remember that ChatGPT, Google Gemini, they pulled from the top website or the first page of website. So you still need your website and your pages to be on the first page of Google, let's say. And so your regular SEO is still important. It's just not enough. There's some additional steps you need to do. So first, keep doing your regular SEO. Second, you want to make sure that you're answering complex multi-part queries. So your blog posts are in depth. Think like complete guides, how-to breakdowns, thorough explanations. So rather than these sort of quick, one question answers, you want complex, in-depth articles. You're making sure that you're structuring that to identify the main question and then maybe have some sub-questions that you're answering as well. Number 3 is to make sure that you're optimizing for natural language. Use real conversations because, again, people aren't just searching best laptop 2026. They're talking about, the best laptop for graphic designers. And so you want to make sure you're using natural language on your site and in your titles because that's now what people are using when they're searching. So think about how someone would ask this out loud, and that's what you want to be using as your titles and throughout your posts. Number 4 is to strengthen your online reputation and authority. Because again, remember one of the key pillars here is trust. Trust, authority, credibility. So make sure that your reputation online is showing that you are credible. Make sure, you're putting testimonials, client results on your site. If you've won any awards or have any certifications, if you've been featured in any media, make sure that you have that on your site and that maybe that media post is also posting that online, which is great. So applying for local awards, things will have them posting on their site to get that credibility. Encourage people to review you on Google, on Facebook, on your website, getting those reviews out there. Being included in resource lists. So for example, if you've created these guides, maybe somebody else is saying, top guides to look at, or top, photographer equipment or something like that, and your website is linked. And lastly, you're improving the site structure for AI readability. So this is sort of the technical things. You're making sure that you're using the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3s properly on your site. So not just stylistically, but having, a heading 1 is your title, and then heading 2 is subtitles, heading 3 under that sort of thing. Using numbered lists, using descriptive button labels, so not just click here or read more, maybe download guide. Again, using natural language, even in your URLs, you want to have natural language in your URLs. Just please do not change any URLs that already are established, because you'll lose any SEO juice that you have built up under that URL, and you might cause broken links on your site. So if it's already an established page, please leave the URLs alone. But just going forward, when you create a blog post, for example, make sure you're using URLs that are readable, no abbreviations, and that sort of thing. So you're focusing on readability for both humans and bots. So again, those steps are to keep using your SEO, make sure you're answering complex multi-part queries, you're optimizing for natural language, strengthening your online reputation and authority, and improving your site structure so that AI can read it nicely. So in conclusion, search behavior has changed and we need to evolve with it. So to thrive in 2026, make sure you are building your trust and authority. You're creating high quality, long form content. You're structuring your site for AI, and you're maintaining a strong user experience on your site. And we're not just trying to rank anymore. We're aiming at being chosen by the AI chatbots.